Okay, Tim Span here, Senior Solution Engineer at Snowflake. I want to show you how we can ingest some data from OpenAQ with OpenFlow, put that into Crunchy Bridge, and then see how easy that is. So it is really simple. So let's take a look at their nice display here. Eventually we'll build one like this with Streamlit, and we'll throw some AI in there with some AI SQL and some other cool stuff. Let's zoom into Manhattan, look at an example sensor just to get an idea what kind of ratings you get in, that sort of stuff. So I built a flow in OpenFlow. Now, if it would have been one of some of our other connectors here, I could literally just pick that one, pick my runtime, and deploy, and we're good to go. There's no active one for this yet. I have a runtime and one deployment, and I can go in there and develop, or you can develop in a local NiFi, whatever is more comfortable with you. So I go into my build locations, and in here, once I have this in production, this will be scheduled to run every minute as to not overrun the amount of calls you're allowed to make per minute based on the licensing. So I'm going to call one of the REST endpoints available for our open data and OpenAQ based on my series of lat longs for different cities. This is going to get back a bunch of sensors for each one of these cities. I clean it up, grab just the fields I want, and I'm going to use that to grab the actual sensor readings for those. So I put the sensor ID in there, ask for the measurements, and get back up to 1,000 records. And we'll leave a couple of those goes. I split them out, reformat them a little bit, filter them if I need to. I'll make that a parameter if we distribute this and people want to play with it. Then a couple options of storage. I send this to Kafka. Actually, it's a StreamNative Pulsar running a Kafka compatible API, which is a nice way to do that. And then in here, I'm going to merge those records together, up to a certain amount or a certain amount of time, just so those write better. And you can see here I pause this so it doesn't go too quickly that you can't see it. So that was 1,000 records that we just wrote to Snowpipe Streaming 2, about a mega data, and we could see pushed a bunch of records over there, 3,000 in fact. So we got 3,000 in that little bit of time. And we did the same thing with pushing to Crunchy Bridge, Postgresql, and we pushed a bunch of records over there as well. And then we can look inside of the Crunchy Bridge UI and see that we have data there. Click the cute hippo. You can see I have a little tiny cluster there. Really just to be able to do demos here. If you had a real environment, it'd be much bigger, and then it'll get better as we go through different environments. Pretty easy to do. Now, if you wanted to do a more advanced query, we could use something like dbeaver, which is a nice tool for exploring Postgres data, and also Snowflake data and a bunch of other data. Depends on what you're looking at. So I've got a couple of databases, and I got my one happy table here, and you can see here's the fields. Get the DDL on that. Could check out the data. A lot of it's going in. I could check out the count. See how many we just added, another 3,000. We're at 16,000. So if we wanted to add a little more data, I could go back to OpenFlow here, and we'll just push through some. If we were running in production, this would just be constantly flowing thousands of records. but very carefully as to not go past the 60 calls a second we're allowed to do. Unless you're licensing them. If you really want all this data, go for it. That's the beauty of open data. So we got the data coming in. If we had to filter there, it'd be filtered. Let's quickly go to our store, and it is getting merged now. So 2,000 records, and we keep it for up to 30. Maybe that should be less. I can play around with that again, or make that configurable. As you can see, that went through. We can quickly see that we pushed through a lot of records here. There's that 2,000. We pushed that to Snowpipe into our table, and through JDBC to Crunchybridge Postgres. So we'll quickly take a look over here, run a query in Snowflake just to get an updated chart, see what records are there. And then we'll take another look in dbeaver. We had 16,000 before. Now we've got 18,000. Lots of data here. And that went in pretty quick. So we can go back here. You could see we got different time where we see the data. Just showing you different data we got in here. And that's it. That's how easy it is. We pushed it to Snowflake, push it to Crunchybridge, push it to Kafka. Super easy. Thank you.